Gita Dhyanam. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayana Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitam Mrutavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Amba Tvamanusandadami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshinim Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Stuvanti Devi Divyaihi Stavaihi Vedaihi Sangapada Kramopanishadaihi Gayanti Yam Samagaha Jnanavastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yoginaha Yasyantam na viduhu surasura ganaha devaya tasmai namaha. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Aham tva sarva papebhyah mokshayishyami ma sucha. We will begin with some meaningful meditation. And the meaningful meditation has two aspects. We want to be close or together with the Supreme, but not with a begging bowl. We will keep it away. And the second thing, to really get the message, I have a 10 seconds kind of a small story, because that is very effective for meditation. Krishna's cousin, Uddhav, they were relatives as well as they were close friends, and they will talk everything. So Sri Krishna detected that there was a slight pride kind of thing. Not really, I would not label as ego, but a pride in Uddhav, that, oh, I know the technique for dhyana, samadhi. And Krishna didn't tell him, but he said to him, hey Uddhavji, you have so much knowledge about this meditation and all that gained by severe practices in your life. I would like you to go to Mathura and teach your technique to gopis. Uddhavji got really delighted. Oh my God, I got some job now. I'm really going to prove that there is something which only I know. And you have to know that because you are friends of my friend Sri Krishna. He packed the bags and went to Mathura. Gopis were very delighted to see him. They saw in him, being Sri Krishna's friend, they saw as good as Sri Krishna arrived. So they spoke to him. Oh, Dauji, what message did you bring from Sri Krishna? We would like to hear that. And Uddhav said, oh, you are not aware about all these good things in the world. And Gopi says, what? Says, I want to teach you dhyan and meditation and samadhi. And so Gopi says, yeah, of course. What do we have to do? So Uddhavji delighted and started, oh, sit this way. Close your eyes. Shut your mind. The gopis listened very peacefully. No argument. But one of the gopi could not stand. Hey, Uddhavji, I have a question which I believe every gopi has. Do you know there is only one mind? And we have already given it to Sri Krishna when he left. What do we have to do now? We have no mind here. We are 24 hours, 7 days a week. After he left, we did not have anything except Sri Krishna. Oh my God, Uddhavji, oh, what a feeling he had. But he was not a gnani. He had a lot of wisdom. He saw the mistake he did. So he bowed down to gopis and say, hey, gopis, I want to stay with you. As long as I do not achieve that stage, I haven't got that stage to see Krishna all the time like the way you see. I see it, but only when I do dhyan. So, with that story, I want to give you only 5 minutes, not 15 minutes. What do we do in that 5 minutes? You have no begging bowl, nothing to beg. And you will take your head like a coconut and put it at the feet of Sri Krishna. How long? My formula is only 30 seconds. If you can do 30 seconds, thoughtless mind, if you can do that, and probably you are doing already, I don't know about that, but I start from scratch. That is why I'm using this language. Please forgive me if I'm not saying the right thing. But this is the beginning, so it is for the beginner, not for the people who already are there. If you can do 30 seconds thoughtlessness, you will be able to do whole day. My challenge. If you can do 30 seconds thoughtlessness, no thought in the mind, and this is for the beginner. I'm not talking about who are coming from Himalayas, who have beard. I'm not talking to them. So I'm going to go into 5 minutes of silence. Please try that. And I will say Om and you come back. And after that, we will go into Gita's talk. Tathast. Om. Om. So with this surrender, the mind at the feet of Sri Krishna, nowhere else, we will begin these slokas from Bhagavad Gita. We came at the 47th stanza last time, but we did not begin that. Sunil Bhai had the question also, but we will take the question and answer at the end of the session. The 47th stanza, but before I begin, I have to tell you one thing, that up to 46th stanza, from stanza number 10 of the second chapter, 10 through 46, Sri Krishna was in the first gear. In that first gear, he eliminated all the doubts which arise from the contaminated mind. The meaning of contaminated is the mind which evolved through his family life, friends' life, education life, mundane life, not spiritual life. This is Sankhya philosophy going on. There is the spirit and there is the prakriti. Not everybody in the whole life goes to the supreme level, samadhi all the time. No, they all live day to day, whatever notion they have in the mind. With that help, they continue the life. So Arjuna was no different. He has never heard about all these things. For example, when Sri Krishna told him, oh, without asking if you get the challenge for the war, Kshatriya would never run away. See the point, see the logic he's using? But that was in the first gear. In the first gear, he prepared Arjuna. He took him out completely of that dilemma, of that delusion, of that lot of confusion. From 47 to 53 stanza, he will be in the second gear. In the second gear, he is going to go to a more refined logic, which we usually do not hear every day. So please be cool, quiet, and meditative as much as possible while we go through this second gear. In the second gear, there are a lot of ideas which you want to implement in your life. This stanza is one of them. Karmanye vadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachan. And for better understanding, I will split this Sandhi word. I will also give you the meaning of that. So I would be a bit slow. Let me read without Sandhi. Sanskrit it has a lot of fond of patching the word compound, making the compounds. And the reason they compound, that creates very ease of speaking. And I will show it to you. The first line is Karmani eva adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachan. It is actually Karmani eva adhikaraha te. This is after the Sandhi. Karmani eva. Karmani. Seventh vibhakti in the 7/3 matrix of the nouns. In action, eva. In action, eva means alone. In action, eva. Adhikarah te. Adhikar, right. But I will translate as your jurisdiction. Lakshman Rekha. I will not translate so much as right. That is your Lakshman Rekha. Don't go out of that. And he's now continuing. Ma phaleshu kadachan. So the first warning. Your adhikar, your jurisdiction, your Lakshman Rekha is only in the action. Ma phaleshu kadachan. Ma means not. In Sanskrit, ma means not. Ma, in the Gita, it will come a lot of times. Phaleshu is from the word phalam, for fruit. Phaleshu is seventh vibhakti bahuvachan. In the fruits, in action alone is your jurisdiction. You're right. Not in the fruits. Kadachan means never. See, one of the style of Sri Krishna is when he will ask to do something, he will not give you an inch of freedom. He will put tight condition, and that is what this stanza is about. First he says, ma phaleshu kadachan, never in the fruits. Second line now goes on. Ma karma phala hetur bhurma. I will split the sandhi first. Ma karma phala hetuhu buhu ma. And the translation is not even in the purpose. Hetu, purpose. Hetu of the intention of the karma fall. Not even that. And the last thing is very beautiful. He's saying now the last thing is very important. Because by now he has covered what you are not supposed to do. That implies that, oh, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that. So I will relax in the sofa and do nothing. No, that is not the case. He says, Mate sangostu akarmani. And again the sandhi, Mate sangaha astu akarmani. And not even association with aras, laziness, lie down, do nothing. A lot of people like that, do nothing. Now, let's try to understand this thing. What is he saying? We tore apart everything, word by word meaning. What is he saying? He says, completely be active in the action, but don't expect any fruits. Really? Who is going to do the action then? A Vidyarthi has a pariksha, exam, and he is reading day and night. And if his parents tell him, don't expect the first number. Don't expect, please. Really? But the student would say, no, but that is why I am killing the day and night here. What are you talking about? Don't expect. You want me to go in third class? At work, the adults, they work for something. They want to please the boss. They want to get good bonus. They want to get promotion. Without that, they don't do that. So then why is Krishna talking about this thing? That is the important part here. Important part not for the regular lay people. They don't even know about that this kind of philosophy is there. They just go day to day. But those who are on the path of yoga, those who are on the path of the first side of the Sankhya, they will know that Krishna is telling this thing because we do not want to contaminate. We do not want to put the glue on work that binds you, and that bondage would put you into the cycle of samsara, cycle of birth after birth. That is the real meaning of this. Not only that, another meaning that you have to experience in your life. Put this stanza into practice from right today, from right now. In a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you will sleep so better. You will have no tension. So every stanza we will go, and if we are going to implement that, and I will give the hint that yes, go ahead and implement this. But that is not for futile efforts. That will also increase your dhyan. You don't need music. You don't need somebody preaching you behind. You just sit and you will be in dhyan. So, my friends, you are my friends. Please go ahead and implement this stanza. Do the action to the content of your heart, but stay away from the fruits, stay away from its purpose, stay away from laziness, all that. So, by telling that Krishna told 3 things here, don't do this, don't do that. But then now, when I say implement that, and you will raise the question, probably you may be already asking that. How are we going to do that? Here is the answer coming. How we will do that. Yogasthaha kuru karmani. Oh my God, he already says that. Staying in yoga kuru karmani. He hasn't told us what is yoga. That is also his style. He creates the curiosity in the mind, so you pay attention what he's saying. Yogastha, stayed fast in the yoga. That is the meaning of this word. Kuru is a potential mode. Potential means telling somebody do this and do that. Kuru. Kuru is from the crude form kuru. Karmani, again, we saw that word karmani, means all the actions. Sangam tyakta. tyaktva dhananjaya. Sangam, association. Tyaktva, by renouncing. He Dhananjaya. Second line, Siddhya Siddhyoho. There is a sandhi there. Siddhi, Asiddhi, Yoho. Successes and failures. But what is Yoho? Yoho is the suffix of the vibhakti. And I'm not teaching Sanskrit here right now. The meaning of vibhakti is by adding that suffix, it will bring the meaning by, what, on, under, all that type of thing. So here, yoho means in the siddhi and asiddhi, in successes and failures. Samo is again sandhi. It is samah. Samah bhutva. By achieving equanimity. Samatvam yoga uchyate. Because equanimity of mind is yoga. This is another thing that you might want to keep a paper and pencil. This is the first definition of yoga coming here. And you want to write down somewhere that, okay, what is yoga? Then the definition is samatvam yoga uchyate. Equanimity of mind is yoga. Definition of yoga here. Not closing the eyes and go to sleep. Okay, so let me read the whole stanza then. And after Sandhi, when I read, I will read with Sandhi. Yogasthaha kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya. Siddhya siddhyoho samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. Remaining steadfast in the yoga. And what is yoga? Equanimity of mind is yoga. You are not going to worry about successes and failures. It is like walking on a tight rope. You are not going to pay attention to successes nor to failures. And why? Now on, anything that will disturb your mind or create waves in your mind or creates chitta vritti, like Patanjali says in the first stanza. You want to avoid that. You want to, and there are a couple of stanzas coming, how to remove all those things. In the Sankhya, he is pushing us from the nature of the Prakriti to the divine. Each of these stanzas is doing that, and that is the second gear. In the third gear, you will see the result of doing all these things cumulatively. And when you will see that, these second stanzas, this second chapter, I strongly emphasize, please read again and again and again and again and again. You are not going to be tired. Why? Because that is the end of the Gita. Gita ends in second chapter. Nothing is there. And you will see that when we will go in the third gear, you will see that. And what is then the fourth gear? When the car is running in the fourth gear, you don't notice that. No engine noise, nothing. That is just the third through 18 chapters. Sri Krishna has so much compassion. He wants to instill each and every idea very thoroughly, very peacefully, very slowly. That is what is done. So, to prepare this ground, I think second chapter is very important. Coming to the next stanza. I'm not teaching Sanskrit, but one of my problem is I'm not a Sanskrit major either. I don't have no education of Sanskrit language. But when I read, after having education, not in formal education, after having knowledge of Sanskrit, when I read Kalidas Raghuvansh, oh man, I do not read any authors of today. Kalidas Raghuvansh. I would speak one stanza to give you the touch. Excuse me for this deviation. Sancharini dipashikeva ratrau. Sancharini, sancharu means gently sarki jau. Sancharini dipashikeva eva. How did she sanchari? Deep Shikhani Jam. Like the jyot of Diva, deep. Like the way you move with a Diva. Diva has the characteristic. Wherever it will move, there will be light, prakash. But when it goes away, there would be darkness. This is about Indumati Swayamvar for Arjun. It has very interesting, I really enjoyed so many stanzas I enjoy. Sancharini dipashikeva ratrau, yam yam vyatiyaya patim varasa. As she passes the king after king. Narendra Margatta Prapede, as if she is walking in a town of all the kings. Now the last line is a punch line. Kalidas is the master of Upma Alankar. Vivarna bhavaha sahasaha bhumipalaha. Oh my God. From whoever king she passed, because there would be darkness happen, she is passing like a lamp. The king become dark, black, depressed. Why? Because she did not put her varmala in his neck. That was just one example. So following that charm of Sanskrit language, I'm coming to this stanza. Durena hyavaram. Durena. Dur means distance. Now Durena is the third vibhakti of Sanskrit. Durena, by far. And then the second word is hyavaram. He avaram, the Sandhi. He means indeed. Avaram means inferior. Durena hi avaram karma buddhi yoga dhananjaya. And the last word has a Sandhi. Buddhi yogat, ta, not the. But because of Sandhi, it is the. Buddhi yogat dhananjaya. We are into 49 words. I'm answering to Padmiji's question. 49. Durenihi avaram karma buddhi yogat dhananjaya. Second line now. Buddhau. Buddhau is the seven vibhakti of buddhi. In buddhi, in intellect, saranam anvicha. Anvicha is also anu icha. And Sanskrit has a style. It takes the one crude form of the verb and attach the prefixes, various prefixes, and change the whole meaning. So the real word is icha, and there is the prefix anu. Saranam anu icha. In the intellect, you go. Krupanaha phalahetavaha. And the mean people, the wretched people, they are always in the purpose of the fruits. So what he says then, he says that motivated karma, O Dhananjaya, far inferior to that performed in the equanimity of mind. Take refuge in the evenness of the mind. Wretched, the mean people, are the result seekers. They seek the result. So now he is again pounding on the idea, Krupanaha phalahetava. You don't become Krupan. Whoever may be Krupan, they are after the fruits. Let them be, but you don't, you act from the buddhi, from the intellect. So now he is bringing buddhi. The previous stanza has put three conditions. Now he is adding here the fourth one. From buddhi you act. There is a stanza coming. He's very comparative. This is better than this, that is better than this. So I like one stanza, I would say that here. It is coming after few stanzas. Sreyo hi gnanam abhyasat. That stanza is not here, that is far away. So please don't look. I'm speaking just to bring the point here. Sreyo hi gnanam abhyasat. Better is gnan than abhyas. Jnana dhyanam vishishyate. And again, Dhyan is better than Gnan. See, his step at a time he is going. Then he had Dhyanat karma phala tyagat. Dhyanat karma phala tyagah. Tyagat shanti anantaram. He's pounding again. Karma phala tyagat. By renouncing the phal, by renouncing the fruit of the action, Shanti is anantaram. Anantaram means, antaram means antar, far away, and an is negative of that. Anantaram means not too far. Is right here. Right here. So that stanza will come later on. But sometime it is my style to kind of establish the point. I will do that. Okay, so we have done this 49 stanza. Now we go to 50. Buddhi yukto jahati ube sukruta duskrute tasmad yogaya yujjasva yoga karmasu kaushalam. You know, there is an insurance company in India. I forgot the name, but they have the logo. Yoga karmasu kaushalam. We will get the meaning of that. And as a child, with only one grade of Sanskrit background, I used to laugh. I said, oh, wow, you're going to grab our money and then you will do yoga karmasu kaushalam? Oh, great, you know. What a business people. You know, they use even Gita over for their business. Okay, let me go the Sandhi first and the word by word meaning. Buddhi yukto. It is actually buddhi yukta. Sanskrit has only 3 pillars. Sandhi, it is to facilitate the tongue in the mouth. Then noun, and then verb. And the story ends. And you may be asking me, oh no, that should not be true. Yeah, but that is true. Panini's 4,000 stanzas, Panini Sutra, about 3 or 5 less than 4,000. I have read that several times. Those 4,000 stanzas, they only talk about noun, verb, and sandhi. Then another, there are a lot of books written on Panini, but if somebody is interested, I can direct to the right direction. But it was not easy to understand, so somebody wrote Siddhanta Kaumudi. It's a shorter version. Then you won't believe, but when the British were in India ruling for a couple of 100 years, there was an ICS exam, Indian Civil Service. And they got, Germans and British, they got their education from Kashi, Banaras. Would you believe that? And I have those books. I read in German also, that is why I'm saying. They wrote this Panini thing so nicely. Ballantyne is one of the things. Monier William is another. And then Motilal Banarasi Das, publisher in India, New Delhi, they translated lot of other, from those. But the reason I'm bringing that, there was a tremendous importance of Sanskrit language in the British rule. That was a compulsory uh, subject. And those grammar books written about 150, 200 years ago, you cannot find the material that you find in those books. So anyhow, just this is a side kind of thing to inspire you. Okay, so what does this stanza number 50? Buddhi yukto jahatiha ube sukruta duskrute. Sandhi buddhi yuktaha jahati iha ube sukruta duskrute. Tasmat. It is the here, but when you do the sandhi, it is tasmat. Yogaya yujyasva yogaha karmasu kaushalam. Now, word by word. Buddhi yukta, endowed with wisdom. Buddhi. Jahati, cast off, renounce. Iha, in this life. Ube, both sukruta duskrute, good and evil deeds. Tasmat, therefore, yogaya, to yoga, yujyasva, devote thyself. The person knowing Sanskrit would know yujyasva is the potential mode. It is the agna, means do this. Yujyasva, devote yourself. Yoga, karmasu, seventh vibhakti of karma, karman, seventh vibhakti. In actions, and kaushalam means kusharta, skill. So he's coming from that karmani vadhikaraste, from there he is going on. He gave 3 elements there. He added buddhi now. And what does he say? What is the use of buddhi? He says, if you have the discriminating power, viveka, what is good and bad, what is shreyas and preyas? You may know probably the meaning of shreyas and preyas. This phrase is used with so much emphasis in Kathopanishad. Anyat shreyah, anyaduta eva preyah. When Yam got tired, too much tired of that Nichiketa, he had no way but start. So he started with this stanza. Anyad shreyah, anyad uta eva preyascha. Tau vinivakta sadhu. Tau samparitya vinivakta sadhu. These 2 elements, shreyas and preyas, only sadhu purush will be able to analyze. And then he goes on. I would not go on. I just put the seed. Read Kathopanishad. Okay, so buddhi yukto jahati ube sukruta duskrute. Only the buddhiman manushya cast off the good deeds and the bad deeds. Therefore, unite yourself in the yoga because expertise in yoga, expertise in carrying out the karmas, the actions, is called yoga. Another definition here. One was there in the previous stanza. I mentioned that this is another. What is yoga? Expertise in carrying out the action. And what is the expertise? Don't cling to fruits, don't cling to purpose, don't be arsu, do the action with buddhi. So after enumerating, he labeled one word, yoga. This is called yoga. I think I would take some questions and answers because I think our time is now up to 1 o'clock, but we will handle your questions.
My question is there a resource on the internet that I can learn some preliminary grammar of Sanskrit?
Yes, there is. And to my Sanskrit lover people, there are about 9 of them. They responded from last week, and they are very eager to learn Sanskrit. And your question is the same question I had, and that is why I was prepared for that. You go to Google, if you have something to write down, please, and also those friends who wanted to learn Sanskrit, please write it down. There is tons of material on the internet nowadays, which it was not there for 50 years ago when I was learning the thing. Difficult. But go to Google and type Sanskrit Subodhini. Comma, Madhav Deshpande. Madhav Deshpande was, for about 3 or 4 decades, he was a professor of Sanskrit at the University of Michigan. And out of so many books that I had to juggle, about 30 some years ago, I found this book. It used to be sold on Amazon. It was there on Amazon until about last month. And I don't see that anymore. But if you go to Google and type Sanskrit Subodhini Madhav Deshpande, you will come up with some archive.org, archiveus.org, something like that. Okay. There will be 2 or 3 links. In that link, it would allow you to download this book. And you just click that and it will, the US archive website will come, and it is a very good website. It is a government website in Washington, DC.
Okay.
They have downloaded from Harvard and Stanford and all those universities.
Archive US, one word, archiveus.com, you said?
It is archive. It may have US or it may not have US. Don't worry about that, but it is archive.org.
Okay.
You will not miss that. It is there all the time. And there is Madhav Deshpande and the Sanskrit Subodhini thing. But once you get this book, you will be on the roll.
Okay.
It has so nice explanation. It is for self-study also, you know. So whoever asked me about, I first advise to begin with this book. But then depending on your gradation, I have tons of other books. For example, when you read this book, and suppose you have a lot of background and you think like, oh, it is not an elementary book though, it is for college students. It was taught at the University of Michigan, you know, for 3 to 4 decades. So you know what it is. But there is another, a little higher after this book. You can just write down the name, Sanskrit Grammar, Part 1 and 2, and it is from the same. You go to Google and you go to archive.org, O-R-G. And this is Sanskrit Grammar. The author is K-A-L-E, Kade. I think the Maharashtrians say Kade, but it has pronounced like Kale, you know, K-A-L-E.
What's the first name before Kale?
Don't worry about that because Kale is so famous, it will come up. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Kale is, but that is a little heavier book because it was written many years ago. Were taught at the, you know, the Pune University, Bombay University, etc. And after that, I have 25, 50 some various levels book kind of thing. And Panini is unbelievable. And I just want to say 2 words about, oh, somebody typed that, M.R. Kale, capital M, capital R, Kale. Thank you very much. Whoever did that should be way ahead of me, look like. You know, I'm very proud of that.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah. The way how Panini was written, Shivji Mahadev Shankar, after Tapascharya in India those days, you know, Tapascharya was a big thing. And oh, there is another note came here. The Sunilji found the website already. He took it away. But you will find it, you know. Shivji became, you know, and say, okay, ask something. So he asked, he gave him, the Mahadevji gave Panini 14 Shiva Sutra. And the entire Panini is written from those Shiva Sutras. These are marvelous things, you know. So there is not only education, but there is a tons of spirituality there, you know.
Sure.
That's one of the things. So that's about all for Sanskrit. Any other question now?
Thank you very much.
Not a problem. You are welcome. And you can send me an email when you have a question.
That's very nice of you.
Yeah.
How do I have your email address? Is it?
It's in the WhatsApp.
Okay.
Oh, it's
We'll
okay.
find out.
All
Otherwise-
Okay.
In the WhatsApp, you can see my number, telephone number.
Okay.
And you can either use WhatsApp or you can also use a regular texting.
Okay.
Excuse me. I would like to talk about last time we were not here. So if we are interested in Sanskrit, how are you going about? When does it start and How long? In the weekend?
After, yeah, I'm going to tell you about that.
Okay.
After you get this Madhav Deshpande's book
Uh-huh.
and read about 10 pages, not more, then I will have maybe about 15 to 20 minutes one day about how to go about.
Okay.
I'll give you the direction.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. I have a different style. I used to be a teacher for many years, and I also used to manage a lot of mathematicians, international kind. However, my style is not like a teacher kind of style. My style is totally different. You will see that later on. So just get that book and then we will handle that situation. And then read only 10 pages, not more than that. You know.
Okay.
Just to let you know, my wife Saroj, she is to she does not want me to say that, but she has an MA in Sanskrit.
Oh, really? Oh, namaste, namaste. Where is?
But
Could you?
there is, I'm sorry, yeah, namaste. The reason I didn't want him to tell anybody or you rather,
Yeah,
because I have really my whole whatever the textbook knowledge as we see, it's just totally gone rusted. You know, as it just I'm not blaming anybody, but as a just a typical Indian household, once you get married, all goes in. I should not say drain, but your responsibility is in-laws and husband and kids and so on. And then I never pursued. It's my fault also that I should have pursued
yeah,
after kids were grown up. But
yeah.
then now I realize, and now I don't have time. We are running out of time, but
But let me tell you one thing then. Since you have an MA degree, which is, you know, I have not more than 1 year in high school. I studied Sanskrit in ninth grade when I was in high school in 1959. And that was not much. That was nothing, you know. So when I'm doing this Gita stanzas and all that thing, uh, I think you probably may see something different here. Are you with me on the Sanskrit business when I do the stanza?
Yes,
yes, we do.
we are.
Yeah, we go ahead.
I studied Sanskrit up to matriculation long time ago,
Oh,
and then we used to have Sanskrit books in 2 or 3 or maybe 4 different parts. One starting from standard 4th through matriculation,
right, right, right.
written by a Kamala Shankar, Pran Shankar Trivedi.
That is the very good book. I have those.
An excellent book, but
Yeah,
unfortunately I couldn't find it in the old bookstore when we went to Rajkot recently.
yeah. But you can find on the Google Internet,
I think I will, yes.
archive.org. You can find it from there.
But it was an excellent book, excellent book.
It is very good. It is a bit on a lower level than Madhav Deshpande.
Well, that's all I can handle.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
lower level.
No, but you have not seen Madhav Deshpande.
No, I have not.
He goes in such a fluid manner. You really enjoy that. Even though you have Kamala Shankar, you want to get you know that
Madhav Deshpande.
Deshpande. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
But Kamala Shankar was a father of Atisukh Shankar.
Sukha Shankar, yes.
And Atisukh Shankar was principal when I was a professor there at Navsari Garda College, BP Bharia Science College and all that, you know. So Atisukh Shankar died when I was in the third year of college, but later on I became professor there. So, you know, they were very, very, very deep into philosophy and Sanskrit and all that. For example, Atisukh Shankar wrote a lot of philosophy books in Gujarati, and you won't believe they are in Harvard Public Library.
Really? Wow.
I found from there, you know, so they were that famous, but we didn't have the talents to appreciate them those days, kind of thing.
Thank you. It was nice to
Information.
exchange this information.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe one quick question and I would let you go. No more question? Okay. So we enjoyed together and, you know, we will continue next time. So thank you very much. But I have closing prarthana here, which I will do.
Thank you.
Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah. Sarve Santu Niramayaha. Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu. Ma Kaschid Dukha Bhag Bhavet. Sato Ma Sadgamaya. Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya. Mrityo Gamaya. Om Purnamada Purnamada Purnamudachyate. Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha.
Hari Om.
Hare Om. Thank you, Amritji.